Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ballistically Speaking. This is episode 40.
I think it is. Actually, I think it is, yeah.
40 times we've done this shit.
Yes, just about a year.
And you guys are still listening to it.
And we're almost, I think we're major incident free over the past year. Almost year.
Define a major incident.
Well, we're not going to go into that, I don't think. Not at this point in time. Yeah, no.
How bad is it that we're trying to celebrate our 40th episode? We'll get
I
back to you
remember
guys
when
it's
40
the
was
140th.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember?
That was a long time ago.
We're talking about episodes, not
Oh,
years.
shit.
We do this weekly. Anyway, BS session number 40. We are here with Cappy from Callsign 6 and Bolt Action Coffee. We're running around the, it's not SHOT Show.
It's not SHOT.
What do they call it? The Easter Gun Show. They call it something, the Easter something.
Looking for a sign, can't
I'm
find
not
it.
sure.
The
It's the
Antique
Easter Gun
Arms
Show.
Collection
Easter Gun Show.
Society something.
It's the gun show.
That sounds far too difficult.
It's the Calgary Gun
Yeah.
Show,
Yeah.
outside of Calgary.
It is. At the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex.
That's what it's called.
That is.
Is it pronounced Sutina?
Suitsina.
I was
Suitsina.
close.
Sutina. Okay, so I was reasonably close. Not quite. Doesn't matter.
E
It's
for
the Calgary
effort.
Gun Show. We were walking around. We ran into Cappy. We realized, hey, it's Friday. We need to talk to Cappy anyway. It's been a while since he's been on the show.
It's been a long time.
So let's do it.
Sure.
We're here. Just so everybody realizes, those of you who are typing into the chat right now, we are not responding because this episode is pre-recorded.
Yeah, gotcha.
So type whatever you want.
Right.
We're not going to see it. We don't care. Just don't say anything mean to Cappy.
Right.
His feelings hurt really easy.
I do. I'll cry.
Very
He'll
sensitive.
cry. So, Callsign 66, Bolt Action Coffee. Give us an update. What's going on there?
Doing our best to keep busy. Obviously, economic times are tough for everybody,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we have got some courses coming up in both May and June, both for civilian and professional shooters. New training area in Blind Loss, Alberta.
You were telling us about this off
Yeah.
air. It sounds really cool.
It is. It's really, really cool. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, which is a
Yeah.
good thing.
Excellent. Check.
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 We've partnered with a ranching family out there.
Okay.
So it's all inclusive. You show up, accommodations, food, everything's provided. You get us from sun up to sundown because there's no one around.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
What kind of range do you have out there?
Like distance-wise?
Yeah.
As far as you can imagine, we've proved targets out to 4K, but
Nice.
we are still digging for further if people want it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know if this reference is going to fall flat or not. I'm just going to ask, and we'll find
Shoot
out.
your shot, man.
Who's the Jack Palance?
Who's the what?
The Jack Palance out there. You ever watch the movie City Slickers?
No.
I'm just imagining City Slickers with
Oh,
firearms.
the old guy.
Yeah, the old guy.
The old
Yeah.
crusty. That might be me.
That might be you. Because that's basically what you guys got going now. You got like a retreat
Yep.
and gun training.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really just have like City Slickers.
Yeah.
That was hopefully
But,
not anyway.
you know, it could be a possibility, though, with some creativity.
We could run a yoga class for you.
Sure. I didn't think we were going there.
And then the newest course, shooting from horseback.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna.
Because we all experience
You
that.
have, you have to bring your long range 45 long Colt, though.
Your long
And-
range
yeah,
45
that's
long
right,
bolt?
and the 38
with your
55.
with your 2.5 foot scope.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I don't know. Do they even have a name for those types of scopes, or are they just scopes?
Unerdle. I don't know.
19th century scopes.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Something in Sons probably.
something in Sons. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds really cool though.
It is. The food's amazing. Because part of what they do outside of us is they host weddings.
The what, sorry?
They host weddings.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
all set up to
Right.
cater. The food's phenomenal. The accommodations are very comfortable. There's both individual rooms and bunk style as
Okay.
well, so we can put
Yeah. You and I are not sharing the suite.
the honeymoon suite.
Right.
I was going to
no.
say I get the top bunk.
I'll be under the stars.
Is that an option? Under the stars?
If you want to sleep with the rattlesnakes, give her.
Excellent.
Yeah. I was just going to say, like, you want to take your life into your hands? Why
On a
not?
nice bed of cactus.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Right. You know who you're talking to, right?
I've never like you hear about. This seems to me like a how do you say this? Like in the States, like this is a big thing with like training programs, and these celebrities are doing it all now, and they're always trying to do like retreat type stuff. But I mean, is anybody in Canada doing that right now other than you guys?
I'm sure there is, because I would hate to go out on a limb.
But they don't matter though.
They don't matter. No, we'll give credit where credit is due.
Well, you can, but I don't have to.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be a couple, because we're not the only ones with our backgrounds, for sure.
Sure.
Out west, yeah, there's a couple. Yeah, I can think of at least one. Frank Taylor.
Okay.
He's running one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's all inclusive on the ranch if you're staying at a hotel in the town, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
so...
yeah, that whole like the retreat and training idea is really kind of intriguing, and it's. I think it's also kind of a vogue thing, but I think most people are at least perception seems to be, you got to travel to the States to get that sort of experience.
Yeah, like to the the Todd Hodnutts of the world down in Texas, and
Yeah,
things like that.
God,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't with the shooting retreat. I can't think of anybody. Team building, I've seen those, but not the shooting aspect.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No kidding. So, with such an out of the way place and such a large area, I guess to be able to use, what do you guys sort of have in mind to put together for courses out there? Like I'm talking the types of courses along with durations and stuff like that.
The typical 2 to 3 days, because that's usually what most people can get off time for work. Trying to ask somebody to book a week off work outside of the professional aspect is really difficult. So 2 to 3 days, our wind reading course, our positional course, because we got the terrain now.
Sure.
So also, it's not a flat range.
Yeah.
It's a river valley type thing. We've got coulees, we've got typical sandstone boulders, all that stuff. So we can build all the terrain features to do the positional aspects, plus the farm implements and the usual that we can bring in. ELR for sure, we can bring in. So that's all there, and we also have the ability to tailor. Because one of the nice things that we have because of our experience, say 12 shooters, there's going to be a broad spectrum of abilities in there.
Yeah.
Because of our ratio, because we won't go above a 4 to 1. I'm not going to only have one instructor with 12 students.
Right.
With the 3 of us there, I can take 3 people that might need work on one thing in particular, and we're going to go shoot on range B.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The other 3 are going to go shoot on range C.
So you're not even confined to like this singular location.
No, we will, like with our background, like I'm going to watch you and say, okay, you need to work on this. I'm going to take you aside and take you on.
Oh, that's
very
awesome.
tailored.
Yeah.
So it's like a course, but it's also like just like a multi-person private lesson.
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially like, what course have you ever been to that where you're not all in one group and okay, do this exercise?
Well, and
Right?
inevitably
Instead
what
of-
happens is you've got the guy that's ready to shoot out to further distances, but he may not get, either he doesn't get the full experience because
Right.
you don't go out to those further distances because of the newbies,
Yep.
or the newbies get screwed and they're hitting nothing but air and
Right.
dirt at the further distances to cater to the more experienced guy.
Yeah.
You don't have that conundrum.
Nope. We will absolutely, one of us will take that 1 or 2 shooters aside and say, we're going to go work over here.
That's really cool.
Or if there's something in particular you want, maybe you're a PRS shooter, like, I want to really spend some more time on positions today.
Right.
I don't really care about shooting 3K because that's not my stick.
You bet.
Yeah.
Fine, let's go. I'm going to grab you because that's my background. We're going to go shoot positional.
So what kind of, typically speaking, what's your typical clientele for Callsign? Is it amateur athletes, pro athletes, complete newbies, like weekend
All of the
warrior
above.
shooters, all of the above?
All of the above.
And it's like a pretty even spread?
Yeah, we've got some people that are getting into the competition circuit. We've got some people that are, big game hunters that want to be able to stretch their distance. We have some that just rifle aficionados. They don't want to shoot competition, but they really want to learn how to stretch the capabilities of their equipment.
Right.
So you name it, we got it. And then on the professional side, we've got professional shooters as well. That's their job.
Yeah.
We're going to bring them in. We're going to tailor stuff to them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Any idea when you'll kick that off?
June. There's courses
Did we
running
go
in
through
June.
this already? Okay.
Yeah, we're running courses out there in
That's
June.
not far away.
No, so if you're interested, get yourself a
Perfect.
seat.
And why wouldn't you? You're down if you don't.
Yeah.
Callsign66.ca.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it just individuals, or like if for example, let's say I'm a gun guy and I work, let's just say a high-end law firm, and all these guys are stressed all day and they've got more money to burn than anything, and I want to have like a business experience that's different than the typical experience.
The old team
Go-kart.
building
I'm
thing.
trying not to go really dark with this.
Yeah,
Do you guys cater that as well? Like
Absolutely.
business outings? And
yeah,
stuff like
absolutely. With all of our backgrounds, we've all been in that team leader role professionally. That's what I'm still doing as a team leader. Team building, absolutely. If you have a company that you want to come out and do something unique, if you want to see your team become cohesive, if you want to stress them, we're really good at that.
Yeah.
If you want to add some stress, or if you just want to have a relaxing day in shooting, yeah, we can absolutely tailor it.
that? So even
In the
with
hot southern Alberta sun.
Southern Alberta sun. Or we will travel as well and shoot on a range anywhere in the country.
but that ranch experience is
That ranch experience is pretty,
yeah. That seems like the
yeah.
icing on the cake there. Yeah.
So for the time being, are you like you're planning specific dates?
Yeah, there's dates
For
up on the
right now.
calendar right now.
Right now.
And if somebody has something else in mind, please reach out.
Okay.
We're flexible.
So like a team scenario, like
team scenario.
what you're just
And
talking
with
about.
private groups, is it up to 12 people?
Just talk to us, because what we can do is we can bring in some of our associate instructors.
Right. Oh, so you can just cater it to their
Yeah,
needs.
absolutely.
Beauty.
Yeah.
God, why are you?
You know we have to be there,
I
right?
know. this is a problem.
Yeah.
We got to figure out how to get out there now.
Yeah. We've got it right from the shooting. Like if you want to do the team building and throw a ruck on your back, we'll have
Yeah.
some navigation exercises set
Okay,
up.
the team building I'm
With the
all
team
for.
building.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, let's
the
rock it.
rock.
No,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah.
How do we know what we're truly made of? Unless we almost
I'll
die.
tell you, you will know in about 13 minutes.
Or just
You'll
pack
know all about me.
Extra ibuprofen and Gatorade. We'll be okay.
Yep. A little bit
We'll
of
make
vitamin
it.
I.
How about a two-wheeled
I'm
cart?
certain that they'll keep us alive. Maybe barely, but they'll keep us
I
alive.
used to run through that in my head going through selection and training.
Yeah.
Well, they're not allowed to kill me.
Yeah, they get in a lot of trouble if I die. You know what?
I need some sort of support dog.
What do you think that we could? Oh my!
Don't let the cat out of the bag just yet.
Well, I don't want to like.
Not yet.
I don't want to write checks that my ego can't cash in. But could you imagine if like the BSP team, the EM Rifles team, the Apex team,
Yep.
the Sterling team,
Yep.
and if we could get the Odell guys to come out,
Yep.
we could do like a big like.
Absolutely. Head to
That
head.
would be
Yeah,
amazing.
This is for all you the egos, fellas. You got time.
Yeah.
You happy with that? Push yourself.
Hey, I don't know who's watching this right now, but if any of our sponsors are watching this, I'm approaching you guys. We're going to do this. So
Training season starts now.
yeah, maybe not the first people at the ranch, but
Right.
hopefully we won't be the last people, because when we die, you won't
Yeah.
get shut down.
Yeah.
Put a
Keep
stake
repeating
in
that.
me.
They're not allowed to kill us.
Right.
Because I'll bet you, like the Odell guys would want the ruck. They would want the experience.
Probably.
So you know what though? You were telling us you have multiple instructors.
Yeah.
So for the old men, you can just do like ELR shooting on a bipod. For
What are you pointing at me for, bitch?
for the young folk,
Yeah.
you could do the stress experience.
Absolutely.
And for the stupid people who shouldn't do it but want to do it anyway, you could also do the stress experience.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be
And
a
if
hell
there's
of a
anybody
thing.
out there listening to my idiotic idea right now,
Yeah.
you could do the
Vote
same
no.
thing with your business. Just get a hold of the Callsign guys.
Absolutely. Send you to the finding the tree of knowledge and bring me back a branch.
Right.
There's a story to that.
Where was that tree again?
Try not to get whipped with the same branch.
Well, when you're in Suffield, try and find a tree.
Yeah.
Got it.
Go find the tree.
I found cactus. It's
There's no
right
trees
back
around
here.
That makes a lot
I
of
was
sense.
running and running.
They told me I couldn't stop until I found the tree. Okay, so I mean that's some pretty exciting stuff with Callsign.
Yeah.
What's up with bolt action these days?
Plugging
You
away.
guys still making coffee?
Absolutely.
Right on.
Yeah, every Monday, ordered fresh, roasted fresh, delivered on Tuesday.
That's a cool thing that I've never been able to get my head around.
Yeah.
And one of these days we're gonna just like have to I'm gonna have to see it to like wrap
Take
my
a
head
tour of the
around it.
factory.
Like, you guys, it's like it's ordered and like quick shipped.
Yeah, so we compile all the orders for the week.
Yeah.
Monday that order gets submitted. Tuesday it's roasted. Wednesday it's going out.
So you're roasting on site.
Yep.
And then like the beans are like, are we talking like South American around
Wherever.
this sort of
So
stuff?
they're from all around the world. They're just kept
Okay.
in the green state, so they're fresh. And they
Okay.
get roasted.
I've never heard of that before. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, so they don't.
Did somebody photobomb us on the way
I
by?
think a little bit, yeah.
That's okay.
It's so they don't degrade on the shelf, right? If you want to
Yeah.
be called that specialty coffee, the whole concept of bolt action started. The detail that we put into our shooting was the detail we wanted in our coffee.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So everything's fresh reload. It's good
So
to
you
go.
get to taste your coffee just like Juan Valdez would have sitting in the middle of his field,
Yeah.
so to say.
So to say.
So to say.
Does anybody even know who Juan Valdez is anymore?
It's funny because back when I was much younger, and I was on exercise,
Okay.
and I was full blown hallucinating. Like
Oh, yeah?
I was right messed up, and I had Juan Valdez come up and try and give me a cup
No
of coffee.
kidding.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And that's how you knew that you were going to be
Yeah.
involved in a
Meet
coffee
my
company
guru.
someday.
Yeah, the giant scissors flying across the air, landing on the hill 400 meters in front of me. I was like, I'm pretty messed up right now.
No kidding.
And then Juan Valdez comes up the trail. I'm like,
We're talking like leading the donkey and everything.
everything. Here, senor, here's your cup. Yeah.
I'll bet that
Gracias.
imaginary coffee was probably the best tasting coffee you've ever
Yeah,
had.
it was noon. It was about 35 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
I was out on my own in an OP. It was a mess.
No kidding.
So, like a really inspired business
It
idea.
was, yeah. It's got some deep roots.
So I wasn't that far off when I was talking about the Juan Valdez experience.
No?
So
We can make that happen.
I was just
in
going to
Alberta.
say,
I can give
we
you
can
the.
combine the two.
Yeah.
And man, I might be a little too old for the,
We
the
could
point of
make an event
hallucination.
at one of the Callsign 66 gatherings, the Juan Valdez Walk. May or may not come back
Yeah.
with
Why not?
with
We
or
already
without
have the Terry
coffee.
Fox run. Now we can have the Juan Valdez walk. Just when everybody thinks they've reached their limit,
Right.
you guys will like pull up on a quad with some fresh coffee for everybody.
Yeah. Maybe we'll stage somebody out with a donkey in the middle.
I
of the
love
road.
this idea.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
did see him.
Oh, good Lord.
That's a great idea. You need a donkey first.
Yeah.
Or just a donkey suit. That would probably work just as
Oh,
well.
I'm sure there's somebody around that'll donate one.
Yeah.
If anybody knows people who have a donkey or a donkey suit, get in touch with Bolt Action Coffee and let them know that you're willing to donate.
They're going to get sued for all the spam emails they'll receive now.
I've been meaning to ask for a long time, and I don't think I asked last time that you were on. I don't think anybody's even ever asked. You had what was it called? The specialty brew last year or 2 years? 11th hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the story behind the 11th hour name?
Well, it's actually we lucked out. That's the name of the wine that actually goes into it, and of course it coincides.
wine?
Yeah, because it's soaked in wine for a month.
I didn't know it was soaked in wine for a month.
Yeah, it's barreled and soaked in wine for a month.
That's cool.
And it just happens to coincide with Remembrance Day for us.
Yeah.
Which is obviously very
So it
important.
all just fits.
Yeah, very important
Yeah.
to our owners and to other guys involved in Bolt Action. And so that's our commemorative roast every year.
And so every year it's 11th hour and
It's
always
11th
will
hour.
be 11th hour.
Right. Yeah, we're having talks, maybe whiskey one year. 'Cause
Oh,
that's
yeah?
an option as
Yeah.
well.
Really?
But we like the 11th hour name
So
for sure.
I didn't taste 11th hour yet, so now I'm going to get one this year because
Yeah.
I haven't tasted it before.
Yeah.
But what does that do? So I've never had a coffee soaked in wine.
It gives you the overtones and the notes of the wine.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe because I'm not very articulate when it comes to
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I always laugh when the people are like, oh, do you taste these raspberry notes? I'm
Right.
like,
Yes, quite.
very, very, very.
Pretty fucking great coffee, but I don't see the raspberries.
Yeah, I don't think I'm sophisticated enough, but
Okay.
yeah, a lot of the feedback is a lot of people really like it.
So it makes it more like a complex kind of palate. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying
pretty
right
simple.
now.
Those were
These
good
are words
words,
I've heard
though.
other people
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Reader's Digest.
What's the biggest selling coffee you think? Is it Scopes Up?
No,
No?
we've actually, that one's no longer offered. We've gone with
Oh.
API now, we've replaced it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun. I think the Canadian palate, as we're talking about sophistication,
Yeah.
is for the darker roasts. So I'd have to check our numbers, but I'm thinking our Midnight Canoe Trip now is our number one.
And now I need to know the story.
So
behind that.
we know that there's a story there. Yeah, they're pretty tight-lipped about that.
Those that know.
Is it an
It
inside
conjures up
thing or
images.
is it a?
It's an inside operators thing.
It
There's
is,
a
okay.
story behind that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of our names obviously have a theme,
Okay.
Overwatch, API,
Yeah.
Right.
armor piercing incendiary.
Yeah.
There's a theme. Midnight Canoe Trip is, if you're in the know, you know.
It's an inside joke theme.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it, we're never going to find out.
Oh, we might.
We might know.
Are we too old to enlist?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, we won't leave that where it
They
is.
don't want old farts
You know,
like us.
I'm willing to bet that most people probably just think that it's a
So Algonquin Park, there's a loon.
Mike from Canmore
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
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 Let everybody think that that's what it is. It's that I lost all my guns in a boating accident reference. Okay, well, I won't ask any more then. Okay.
All right.
Okay, run through the whole lineup real quick and what the difference is between each coffee.
So Midnight Canoe Trip is a dark roast. The unique thing about that is it's a true dark roast. A lot of commodity coffee, they'll call it like French roast or dark roast. What they're actually doing is they're taking a cheap bean
Right.
and they're roasting it a couple degrees hotter for, it's actually not a lot longer, but like 10, 30 seconds longer.
Okay.
And it turns a lot of those impurities into a carbon. Ours isn't. Ours is a high quality bean. So when
Okay.
you roast it and you look at it, you'll see the oil slick form in the top. So
Yeah.
it's a true dark bean.
So you're not basically just burning it to
No,
get the more
exactly.
bitter flavor.
Yeah.
You're
And
actually
it's
roasting.
not bitter. That's the nice thing about this dark roast. It is not a bitter coffee.
Really?
Yes.
I've never tried it because I don't like
Yeah.
Right.
the bitter dark roast.
It's not a bitter
It's
coffee
a
at
noticeable
all.
difference for sure.
It's a rich, full body flavor. I love it. That's my favorite coffee.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Kinda
tried
neat.
it?
Yep. Yeah. The only thing I haven't tried is the.
The only one I've ever
The
tried
11th hour.
is suppressed.
Wow.
It's the only one.
Decaf.
No, it's very embarrassing to
Yeah.
say. My wife is very sensitive to caffeine.
Yeah.
So we only drink the caffeinated coffee at home. So suppressed is the only one I've ever drank.
How do you like it?
I love suppressed.
Yeah.
It's a great coffee.
Yeah.
My wife and I are, you could call us newer coffee drinkers. We started doing trips to Hawaii every like 2 to 3 years. The first time we ever went was in 2016. And so we were in Kona. Kona coffee obviously is a very popular
Right.
coffee. And we went and did a plantation tour. And we drank the coffee there and we were like, hey, this actually is pretty good. I'm pretty sure that like the only thing we had ever had in our lives before that was like Folgers or something. So we didn't know what good coffee tasted like. We were like,
Clearly.
shit, like this actually was pretty good stuff. And that was when we started drinking coffee.
Yeah.
We had never drank coffee really before that. And then all we drank was Kona coffee. Every couple of years we'd go
Sure.
and then
Stock up.
in the in-between times we would order from that plantation in Kona and have them ship it to us. And that was our only exposure to coffee. And then when I came on with First Vocal Plane,
Yep.
you guys had sent a shipment. You sent a bag of suppressed. And so we tried the suppressed. And so really,
rest is
suppressed and Kona history is the only
Yeah.
Kona coffee
Right.
is the only coffee I've ever tasted in my life.
Huh? Well, it's good coffee.
That's not true. It's not the only I've tasted, but
Well, it's
I like it better than the Kona coffee though. Like we don't even do we're going to Hawaii next week, and we're not even like buying any coffee.
well, it's good to hear. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. Now I got to try a Midnight Canoe Trip. Though.
Yes.
Yeah, Midnight Canoe Trip, Overwatch, which is an espresso bean, medium
yeah.
roast, so it can be used in your espresso makers, or I use it as just a straight drip coffee as well.
What is the difference between an espresso coffee and a?
You know what? I couldn't tell you. That's somebody above my pay grade.
It's like it's more hoity than we are.
I think it's the way it'll take the water once it when you do that fine grind for an
Okay.
espresso, when you force it through.
Okay.
But I could be totally talking on my backside right now, but that's
And
my
is
understanding.
it supposed to be like higher caffeine content as
Nope,
well, or
espresso
no?
actually. Typically, you get more caffeine out of your drip coffees.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Then API is another medium roast,
Yep.
but it's not an espresso bean.
It's really good. Yeah.
It's really good. It's kind of, I almost want to say sweet. Almost like a bit of a sweeter overtone. That's just the way I take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not such a like with especially with traditional dark roasts.
Yeah.
You get kind of that punch in the face, for lack of a better way
Yeah.
to put it. The API I found was
A little bit
just a little bit smoother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice and then
Really
suppressed.
flavorful. Yeah.
So around the table here, we'll start with you. How do you take your coffee?
Black. If it's ours, black.
And
I
if
don't-
it's not yours,
If
then
it's
I ain't drinking it.
one cream, one sugar. Working shift work for 24 years. I
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
still hit a Tim Hortons when I'm working.
Yeah.
I gotta have cream and sugar.
Even sugar.
Yeah.
Even with the Timmies, eh?
Yeah.
But, and what's your favorite of your guys' coffees?
Midnight Canoe Trip.
Midnight Canoe
Yeah.
Trip?
Yeah. So and that's the other thing about ours. It's a true specialty coffee. So when we got into it, I learned a lot. Anybody can call their coffee premium. There's no industry standard.
Okay.
Specialty coffee has to have that rating of 80 or higher. There's only very
like
few
cupping score or something.
Yeah, there's
called,
only
right?
very few places in Canada that can actually do that. Ours being one of them, our Rooster, and all of ours is 86 or higher.
Yeah.
So really, really fine Italian coffees are like 90.
Okay.
So we're knocking on that door. Right. Those start at like $50 a pound.
That's crazy.
So much more affordable, and you're knocking right on that door.
I bet Juan is getting all of that.
Yeah.
Juan is very proud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad I gave that guy a coffee in the desert one time.
One time.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you take your coffee?
I'm black all the way. You know, I have iron guts. Where I work, they
you just
they
do
got
the sludge?
the cheapest, shittiest coffee on the planet, and I still drink it.
I had, you guys know Grainfield's restaurant in Saskatoon?
Yeah.
Do you know?
No.
Are you familiar with that? Okay. It's just like, it's a really popular pancake family restaurant kind of deal in Saskatoon. Every once in a while, I will order a coffee with the breakfast there, and I have to drown it in sugar. It is, I can't even.
I think I witnessed that one
the worst
time.
coffee that you've ever seen in your life. And the only reason I'm doing it is like on a Saturday when I'm tired and I need to pick me up. I don't even want to taste it, but yeah, I got to drown it in sugar.
Go to Beachy, Saskatchewan at the local hockey rink there. Have their coffee.
I don't know if I want to do
you
that.
will.
That's a kick in the teeth.
Oh my goodness. Has a lot to do with the water quality.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say that, you know, they say great minds think alike, or
Simple
you know,
ones
I
do.
don't want to make it seem like I'm associating myself with greatness in any way. But I take my coffee like Jack Palance, just with the honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the honey.
Is that right?
Just a little bit of honey, a little bit of suppressed coffee, a little bit dollop of honey, and actually Kona honey, because that I still do. Yeah, Big Island Bees in
Shout out.
yeah, just south of Kailua Kona. Great honey.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah.
I could try the suppressed black, I suppose, but I've never tried coffee
do it.
black.
Yeah.
I'll try. You know what? I'm going to pick myself up a bag of Midnight Canoe Trip when we get back home,
Yep.
and I'm going to try
Recommend
it black.
that.
I'm going to try it black during an episode.
Oh, do it.
Oh, that'll be at night though. I'll never go to sleep.
Oh, come on. Well, you got your suppressed.
Yeah,
can
but I
still
want
do
to try
that.
the Midnight Canoe Trip though.
Doesn't have to be on air, does it?
No.
Do a blooper. Do a short.
Do a short.
Reel.
All right, I'll do a short.
A reel. Whatever. Yeah. A reel.
Yeah. You guys got to send me a cup though,
Absolutely.
because nobody will believe that it's real unless it's in a bolt action coffee cup.
Yeah. We'll get you one.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's how the internet works.
Right. Oh, sure. Sorry.
Yeah. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist. I could be drinking anything if it's not in the proper cup. So yeah, bolt action's still doing good then. Still chugging along.
Yeah, still chugging along. Of course, it's we're working it off the side of our desks. We're all full time elsewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's doing well.
Has everything that's been going on the last couple of years, has that changed the coffee industry at all? Like, did it affect?
It affected the supply chain for a while, for sure.
Okay.
Our costs went up, but we've kept our price. We went up
Really?
90 cents.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But it's costing us more now.
Yeah.
But we didn't really want to pass that on. We're doing our best to keep it under control.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's just the way everything is expensive. Like, look at the shooting sports now.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that earlier.
You just didn't want to do that with your coffee.
We're doing the best we can to keep it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we went up 99 cents in the last 2 years.
Okay.
So not even 10%. We're 10%. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not even 10%.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We bumped up 5%.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
So basically, if people who are not familiar with bolt action coffee, if they're wondering if this is just some like big conglomerate that doesn't give a fuck,
Oh no.
that ain't the case.
No.
This is just a group of hardworking dudes who are doing this because they love doing it and they want to provide something to the shooting.
We love our
community.
coffee. just like you, work, like it's our lifeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were operational and working, that's how we started our day, and sometimes it's how we ended our day, just depending on what was going on.
Yeah.
And
You gotta have it. You might as well make your own good stuff.
yeah, we wanted to provide a good coffee.
That's really cool.
Yeah. For sure.
What else is going on with you in your world?
Oh, keeping my head down, getting closer to retirement, counting down the days.
How many more days you got? How many thousands more
I was
days you
gonna
got?
say me too, but it's
Yeah, it's
Are you starting to act like Danny Glover? Like whenever somebody says somebody's I'm too old for this shit.
not quite. My knees tell me that.
Okay.
My knees and my ankles tell me that every shift.
That sounds fair.
Yeah, no, still loving life doing my primary work. Just trying to keep busy, getting ready for the next phase. Trying to work more at 6.6, trying to work more at bolt action.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really about it, guys. I was hoping to shoot a lot more competitions this year. With inflation, we'll see. You know what we were discussing earlier, typical competition weekend would be kind of like a $1,500 hit.
Yep.
Now I'm looking at closer to a $3,000 hit by the
Fucking crazy.
time.
Yep.
Ammo prices
What
are.
are you shooting?
My primary comp gun is a 6.5 Creed.
Okay.
It's on a PGW.
Yeah.
Typically shooting Hornady bullets, but they've gone up in prices.
Yeah.
And
What hasn't?
who hasn't? They're still,
Yep.
I think they're probably the most affordable match bullet out there.
Still, yeah.
They do really, really well for me.
So you're shooting factory loads then?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have to factor in your $87 per primer.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I saw it coming, so I laid into a good supply.
Why didn't you send me a text message?
Talking to our suppliers and what was happening down in the States, they're like, we're 18 months behind that.
Holy.
So
Okay.
as the U.S. is just starting to recover now, so we can expect that we'll recover in 18 months probably.
Right.
Wow.
I approached the CCI and federal guys down
Yeah.
at SHOT, and I said, like, off camera, they just approached him and hey, this is what we do. He goes, you know what? I don't want to be rude or anything, but I got nothing, man.
Yeah.
Like exactly like that. I got nothing.
It was
I
day
have
one and you were
nothing
the
for you.
1,300 person to ask me. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can't imagine. So.
That's why the people working in the factories for those guys right now don't go to SHOT Show.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, they're on their triple shifts.
Yeah.
One of the things I actually did do this year though is I'm trying to do everything as cheap as possible.
Okay.
So cheapest bullets I can find,
Right.
cheapest primers I can find. I'm on my reloaded 6-time brass.
Yeah.
So, and what I've learned is you can do it.
Yep.
Especially in the PRS style of shooting, where
Sure.
I'm on a wobbly gate anyways.
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't like.
You don't need to be like that.
I don't need to be. Yeah. In fact, I always joke. I said some of the ones that I think, oh, that's gonna be a miss. My crappy reloading, I think, got me a hit because it was
That flyer actually earned you a point.
That earned me a point. So I think it can be done. I think guys just have to be a little bit more responsible with their time and go spend that time out shooting.
Right.
Yeah.
Getting better, maybe on a trainer rifle, as opposed to, I got to have a match primer. I got to shoot the top of the line
Yep.
bullet. That
Right.
0.001% that it gives you
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
You know, I often wonder how much, in the component world, how much of a gap there is between budget and premier. You know, like, from what I understand, there's not that many friggin' powder makers. How much of a difference can there actually be?
I think once you get into the temperature stable, you're fine.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's just what supply and demand is doing. Like,
Right.
43.50 now, what people are paying. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
crazy,
It's,
right?
so that's a little bit ridiculous. My thing is like to get to 80% or 90% is pretty comparable. Like whether it's scopes, rifles, to get to that 80% capability, I think it's affordable. That last 20% is where you're paying exponentially more.
For sure. That point of diminishing
Yeah.
returns.
Well, this
right?
this action
Right.
is
Yeah.
just so much smoother. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay,
Oh yeah.
but you just paid $1,500 more for it. So,
Yeah.
and if you have the money, awesome, good on you.
Yep.
But, and that's where in Canada, the phenomenon is different. You're probably better off spending that money on training
Right.
than you are on
Yep.
On the equipment.
on the equipment.
100%, yeah.
Get yourself some 85%, 90% capable of equipment,
Right.
and then push yourself to that 90% capability. Because I can't outrun my gear.
Right.
My
You
gear
probably
outruns
hit
me.
the diminishing returns a lot later on.
Yeah.
If you ever hit them, do you ever hit them at all?
No, I don't. I don't. I'm very much like I can absolutely tell my placements and matches or my percentage based on how much I was training.
Yeah.
You know, back to 2019 when I was competing a lot. I was finishing top 10 quite often. I was shooting a ton. I took 6 weeks off.
Oh yeah.
And I dropped 10%, but that 10% dropped me down to top half.
Really?
Yeah.
So it depends on whether you want to play the game or
Yes.
not.
That cluster of guys at the
cluster
at
of
the
guys
top,
at the very
right?
top are separated by 10%.
But the weekend warrior, who's just out there to have fun anyway.
Yeah.
I always said, if you're in a national ranked match and you're finishing top third, you're a good shooter.
Oh, absolutely.
You're a really good shooter.
Yep.
What if you go to a match that has 53 people and you come in 47th?
You did okay.
That's never happened before.
Compete against yourself.
That's right.
That's what
And
I
you
would
have
do.
to.
Set your own goals.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that was the problem. I didn't set any goals.
No,
for
you
myself
didn't.
even.
No, you did not. Clearly.
Yeah. So I was lucky I remember my ammunition.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of, I don't know how long we've been going with this, but we're missing the entirety of the show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a typical gun show. You know, you see a lot of the same vendors there.
Have you seen anything interesting yet?
I'm interested in a couple of the new scopes from Apex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in the 1 to 10.
Yep.
Like I was telling Kurt, I would like to give it to people who don't have to buy their own stuff and see how it gets treated.
There's an acid test.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how expensive the equipment is. If you don't pay for it, it gets treated like crap.
Yeah.
So I would like to really hammer on it and see how they can hold up. They look like they could.
Yeah.
There's some interesting features there.
It's only one way to find out.
Yeah. Other than that, I haven't had much of a chance to walk around, but it's the usual gun show. Like looking at some of the older stuff. Even though I'm into the modern stuff, I still like looking at the old 4570s.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, no kidding.
the old trapdoors.
There's
and-
never any shortage of that stuff,
No.
eh?
For sure.
It's like Snyder Enfields on like every table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enfields on every other table.
Right.
That's pretty cool. All right. Well, we'll probably get back. Oh,
Yeah.
You got more?
So I hope I'm not a little premature with this, but Apex is announcing a
Oh
raffle.
shit!
Right.
How did I forget about that?
Right.
Yeah, they are doing a raffle.
They are.
It's been announced.
Oh, it has.
Yeah, they've announced it on their social
Okay.
media.
So there it is
He's got it right here. Okay. Buy a sticker and be entered for a chance to win in an all-Canadian precision long-range rifle build in support of our team going to the World Championships in Italy. So basically, Team Apex has some shooters going to Italy to compete in the World Championships. I don't know what.
That'll be the rimfire one.
It'll be the rimfire?
It'll be the rimfire one, because
Okay,
next year is
rimfire
the
one.
one for centerfire.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here's what you can win then. It's an ultimatum deadline with IBI barrel in 6mm GT. It has an MDT ACC Elite chassis, an MDT Skypod bipod, a TriggerTech Diamond trigger, an Apex Rival 4-32 rifle scope on it. They don't tell us whose rings they are. I'm going to guess they're MDT.
Probably
rings.
MDT.
Probably MDT rings. Jesus, the build is valued at over $8,500. Stickers are only $20 each, and only 500 stickers will be sold. Now, I was talking with Vanya earlier today,
Yeah.
and he thinks they're going to sell out at the Calgary Gun Show.
No kidding.
Oh, probably looking at the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a big
if
crowd
you're
in this
not
show.
at the Calgary Gun Show and you want a chance at winning an $8,500 all-Canadian build, and not only all-Canadian, like, this isn't shit. This is the cream of the crop.
That's
Yeah.
a good rig.
Yeah.
That'll be squared away.
So if you want a
That's your
chance,
90% plus.
yeah, this is your If you're not hitting with this,
Right.
it's the training. So go book Callsign 66 as well. I think. How do you do this? You just contact them, I think. If
I
you're
should
on the show?
imagine.
I think you just contact Apex Optics.
More than likely, they have it up in their website.
Yeah.
We'll share that link out as well.
Let me just confirm that for everybody while
Yeah.
we're here. ApexOptics.co. I do not see it there. Obviously, the pre-orders are still on there. I know it's on their social media. They must have a link on their social media. So everybody look for Apex Optics on the social medias. I'm just going to go to it real quick because I want to make sure Yeah, so there's a link. It's apexoptics.co/product/2023-sticker-draw. They could have done a Bitly link, but they didn't. But the link is on their social media post on the Apex Optics Facebook page. I suspect it is on the Instagram page as well. And by the way, guys, all of the proceeds on this are going to help their shooting team get to Italy. Like, this isn't a profit-driven thing for them. This is a good cause to help Canadian shooters get seen on the world stage. So.
The other thing, other than the plethora of stuff I'm going to miss, but CCFR is here this weekend.
Yep.
Rod Giltack and Tracy Wilson are here, shaking hands.
Oh, Rod's here?
Yep. Yep,
I like
they're both
Rod.
here.
He's a swell dude.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
So
if they're not inside, actually. I don't know why, but you don't even need to buy a ticket to go see the CCFR folks. But buy a ticket, because, support the gun show.
That's right.
You're already here. Yeah, cool. So they've got a booth. Also, I don't think the NFA has a booth. Do they have a booth?
I don't think so.
We
I know
haven't
there's
walked around
representatives
yet
around
much
here.
either, but,
Yeah.
I know that the new president of the NFA
Right.
is here.
Yep.
And they were kind of walking
Making
around,
their rounds, yeah.
shaking babies and kissing hands. So look for them. It's Rick. What's Rick's last name?
Oh,
He's
I
the new
can't
president
remember.
of the NFA. Doesn't matter. Oh, you got the card. Yeah.
I'll let you take a stab at that.
Rick Igrish. I'm embarrassed.
Rick.
Rick Igrish?
No.
He's there.
Put that out
A
here.
garage?
Igorich.
Igrish.
Yeah.
But there's a C.
Bet you it's silent.
Oh, it's probably silent.
Rick.
You know what? We're going to be
Yes.
trying to get in touch with Rick over the next couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll see him on the show.
They just had a
And
link.
guess what question number 1 is going to be? Rick, how do we pronounce your name?
Son of a, yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't seen CSA yet.
No, mind you, we have been through very little of this show so far.
But then again, Mr.
So-
Bernardo is also not from this area, so
No,
Yeah.
no. He's also not from Las Vegas, but we saw him there.
Yeah,
So
that
there,
was shot show. though.
there goes that logic.
Even I can't give him shit for being a shot show and not
No,
being a Calgary Gun show.
No.
But yeah.
But
yeah. Anyway,
in all
it's a
honesty,
fun
we don't
show.
know, right?
So,
yeah.
it's always a fun show. So come check it out. If
it's,
you're in the
I
Calgary
dare say
or
it's
Alberta
bigger than
area.
last year. I think
The
there's probably
footprint
more.
is the same, but it seems a lot busier.
Yes, that's what
There's
I'm
not a lot of
trying
floor
to-
space left over.
No,
Yeah.
It's
that's
pretty
right.
crowded with tables.
Yeah, for sure. So it's good to see that. Lots of people here.
Well, that's pretty much the end of for us. Is there anything that people don't know that you want them to know?
Oh gosh.
Any life advice? Have you ever seen Juan Valdez?
You ever see
in
Juan
the middle of
Valdez?
nowhere in
Check
Canada?
yourself. Something's going on.
Sit down,
Maybe have,
have
a nap.
some recovery
Yeah.
breaths.
Yeah, maybe have a nap.
Hydrate.
Don't stay up for 5
Yeah.
days straight.
That seems smart. Yeah, that seems real smart.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Too funny.
That's the end of us. Remember, this episode was pre-recorded, so everybody who's been keyboard warrioring, wondering why we haven't been answering you, Kaikazi, I'm looking at you. It's because we're not reading these right now. So we'll see you all next week.